The Academy of Rock began, I guess, a few years ago. Mr. Overeem was approached 4 years ago. Thank you, Rachel. Mr. Overeem was approached by some students, and I guess they wanted to like form a club where they could talk about music and just sponsor a bunch of music stuff. And he agreed, and it's evolved a lot since then, I think.
The main reason the club was founded was to network student musicians. This is a school right now of 2,100 kids, and that's like it's bigger than a lot of small towns. So the idea is that within this building there are tons of kids that are into rock and roll and other genres, and it's not easy for them to meet each other. So the founders of the club kind of had the idea that if we had a club that was organized for that, they'd meet each other more easily, that we would be able to create a situation where bands might be able to form because they suddenly knew other people that were playing instruments.
Bands really form once we meet everybody in the club. Like, bands don't usually just like come in and be like, hey, we're going to join. Like, it's usually just like kids, and we all figure out who plays what, and then we figure out if we want to like do a band and what kind of music, you know, just all that stuff. So I guess it's kind of like the building block to forming bands.
It was founded to give that network of musicians opportunities and educational resources and programs that would help encourage not only them to develop their talent, but to stimulate their interest in American music particularly, and other kinds too.
I guess we kind of sit there and discuss like music, and Mr. Overeem usually has like an agenda, and he'll read it and he'll open it up for like questions. It's very interactive, I guess. Like we have certain things that we need to discuss usually, like events, and we have like committees that he assigns, or like we volunteer for actually.
I'm an officer.
Okay.
They're not. None of them are.
Yeah. What does that entail?
I'm the title.
That's
the neat thing about the Academy of Rock, though, is like even though he's an officer and none of us are, I think we're all really involved, and it's not something that a lot of clubs will lean on the officers to do a lot of the work. And Academy of Rock, it's just whoever wants to handle this, we all get together and we do it.
Mr. Overeem, he kind of like facilitates the meetings, but it's very student run too.
It boosts our creativity because we're like, oh, we want to get in a band so bad. Like, every high school kid wants to be in a band, and it gives you that opportunity to do that. So I think that's really awesome.
I think it's made a really huge impact, especially for musicians, high school musicians who like want gigs.
I know for Alex and Troy and I, because Will wasn't originally in the band, it gave us a place to play. So we were really pumped about that.
And the people in the club are also really cool. So like it's just a kind of safe haven, I guess, after school and on the weekends and stuff whenever we have events.
We all support each other in what we do. Like, we may have our little things like, oh, we kind of don't like what they do, and we kind of like, but I mean, we're all friendly to each other. So I think it's good.
It's friendly, like it's not like we're enemies or anything. We're great friends. Everyone's really supportive of each other. There's one band called Carbon Brainchild. They're all seniors and they're graduating, which is really sad, but we all kind of look up to them because I know Fido's a lot kind of like them, and I've been following them since I was in like 8th grade, so they've been together that long, so I really like them. I think they're great.
I think Thunderclap, actually, the band that he was with, has been another huge influence for us because even though we don't really play music that's like them at all, they were just so cool. They were a funk-based band, and yeah, they were just awesome to play shows with and to watch. So
basically, our big event's the battle, and so we talk about that a lot and when it's going to be, and we just build up to that.
I'm so excited. Like, that's the number one emotion I'm feeling right now, and I'm sure I will be feeling the rest of this month even. I get what I call show highs after I play.
I'm really excited. Playing at the Blue Note has been something I've always wanted to do, so I'm so excited about it.
When you're playing on a stage that you've seen huge bands play on, like crazy big, famous bands on like MTV and all that stuff. It's kind of humbling to be able to play there.
I think everybody's just like, oh, we get to play at the Blue Note. That's really awesome. So I think that everybody's just really excited and maybe a little nervous because it's like a huge stage, huge place. I mean, there's a lot of history there.
I'm a little nervous, but it'll pass.
Is anybody nervous?
I'm so nervous.
Me too. No, I think we're pretty calm about playing the show. I don't know whether we're pushing ourselves. We haven't found out yet. Are we pushing ourselves?
I think we're pushing ourselves a little just because we want to win.
All right. Well, you can do the
I
push.
push around other people in the band.
He pushes us.